Hey folks, here at OS Reviews. You're watching our video review of the Olixar BoomBrick Bluetooth speaker. This one retails on Amazon for just $30, which is incredibly inexpensive for a stereo speaker with two 3-watt drivers, in addition to a passive radiator for extra bass, which is pretty cool. It uses Bluetooth 4.0 to connect to any smartphone or tablet, and also includes an auxiliary cable to connect to non-Bluetooth products like a PC, maybe a Mac, or even a dedicated MP3 player. Taking a look at the design, we have a pretty interesting look that's going on. The presentation is nicely put together. On the side, you have access to some info about the unit. There's a microphone there, so you can take calls with it and use it as a hands-free speakerphone. On the back, you have some basic information, how it looks next to an Apple iPad. Again, it will work with any device with Bluetooth, or even a device without Bluetooth if you have a 3.5mm jack. On the inside, we have access just to the Bluetooth speaker itself. It uses a micro USB cable, which is included in the packaging, and charging up the Bluetooth speaker takes about 2 hours to complete. Taking a look at the accessories, there is an internal compartment, and underneath there, we have access to and finally the auxiliary cable and also the micro USB cable. Setting everything off to the side there, we can take a look at the design of the BoomBrick speaker first. It's crafted out of a soft touch rubber material, which makes it easy to hold in the hands and to provide a pretty good grip. It also resists a lot of fingerprints and dust particles, which is excellent. And when you set it on a desk or surface, it doesn't slide around very easily, thanks to that resistance on the soft touch rubber. On the very top, you have access to controls for the music, including skip tracks, turning up the volume, also rejecting or turning on the speaker itself and turning it off. I'm going to hold it for a few seconds longer to start the pairing mode, and you'll see that the LED indicator has started to flash. That indicates that we are now pairing and looking for a connection. The front features these speakers, which are evenly spaced apart. You can kind of see it here in the light. And on the other side, you have access to the controls for the auxiliary cable and the DC 5V for the charger. On the back, you have the rubber feet, and that's basically the design. It feels pretty solid and nicely put together, again, for something that's only $30. I am a fan of how it looks and how it feels. I now have the BoomBrick speaker connected to my LG G Flex. The pairing process over Bluetooth is quite simple and takes only a few seconds to set up. I can then control the music using the onboard controls here to play the music and then to adjust the volume. It's pretty fast to react. As far as audio quality goes, I was pleasantly surprised by the performance here. It's relatively clean, it's crisp, and there's very little distortion in the background, which is something we don't tend to see a lot of in Bluetooth speakers. And you can hear how everything is relatively crisp. In a smaller room, it will easily fill up the space around you, and you can see it get pretty loud, so it makes for a good party speaker as well for smaller events. As far as bass goes, it definitely delivers a thump in the background, so if you like your music to be bass heavy, this is a good option to go with. But generally, we were pleased with the clarity of the music as well. Depending on your genre, you can listen to classical music, you can listen to popular music, electronic music. It should work just fine using this. Again, if I pause the music there, it's pretty quality on the BoomBrick speaker is excellent, although it's not noise cancelling. So if you're outdoors, it's not going to fare as well as in the office or at home. Still, we were generally impressed with the performance by placing a call using this speaker. Otherwise, battery life is also pretty strong. We got about 8 hours of usage before we need to recharge it again. And again, charging up the speaker takes about 2 to 3 hours to fully complete. And the BoomBrick speaker easily rivals, if not outperforms, speakers that are nearly 2 or 3 times the price. So overall, for something that's so small, it definitely packs a punch in terms of the sound quality. The bass is quite heavy thanks to that passive radiator in the center there, and it produces an impressive sound depending on the genre that you're listening to, and it definitely fills up spaces nicely. Overall, I would say that the BoomBrick speaker by Olixar is a great deal just because the price tag is so inexpensive. The control set is intuitive, easy to use, and the design is eye-catching and modern looking. To check out more information about the speaker, be sure to read our full written review, but this has been our video. Thanks for watching here at OS Reviews.